Y'all, I want you to meet Jeremy Sheck, who was still in high school and working in a bakery when he started developing his own recipes and sharing them in a blog. Then in 2020, he began creating cooking videos while studying at Cornell University. Now with over 2.3 million followers on TikTok and Instagram, Sheck is just a year out of college and already the author of his first book, Sheck Eats, Cooking Smarter. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Taking time out of your very busy schedule.
Thanks so much for having me.
And your very busy life as a young person who's already accomplished so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. It feels surreal.
I can imagine. So let's talk about how you kind of have tackled all of this. So I mean, you're out of school, millions of followers, but you really love cooking, right?
Yeah, so I started a food blog when I was in high school. I just didn't know what to do with my free time. I thought it might be fun to just see what happens if I try to take this seriously for a little bit. And I would bring in food every day for my friends and have them kind of discuss. And then when I went to college, I took a lot of classes in food science, nutrition. I majored in Spanish and Italian, and we're making an Italian dish here.
Yes.
So yeah, which maybe we should.
Let's start. So I have to ask you because I keep pronouncing it wrong. Is it aglio olio?
It's really hard because we don't have the sound in English, but it's aglio.
Aglio?
Olio.
Olio.
So, well,
aglio olio.
E olio.
E olio.
Yeah.
My Italian relatives are turning over in their graves right now.
So the aglio is in here, that's the garlic, and then the olio is the oil.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have peperoncino, which is this red pepper. So we have
love that.
these they're golden brown, and one little trick is to only use half the oil at the beginning.
Okay.
And then now that it has been cooking a little bit, we'll use a little bit more, and that will keep kind of the fresh taste and also keep the garlic from burning.
Got it. Okay, so about 2 tablespoons of oil in total, right?
We could go a little more.
All
It depends
right,
how
fine
you're
with that.
feeling.
It's good for the heart, right?
And then this is our spaghetti that has been cooking kind of like halfway, only halfway.
So what you were telling me when we were kind of initially talking about this is you want to put it in the pot just so it's not straight anymore.
Yes, so we're basically going to do a technique called risottare, which is like making pasta as if it were risotto.
Oh, okay.
So that means that we're going to mix it with the pasta water and allow the starches to release in the sauce.
Okay.
And so it's a lot of this.
Yeah.
And we just basically do it like this in the pan. You can add a little bit more pasta water as needed. And
Okay.
add the
So this is really one of those recipes that you kind of have to eyeball. And if folks, we will have this on our website so you can watch it again. And of course, follow Jeremy for all his fun training and tools. But this is one of those situations where it's got a feel to it, right?
For sure. And like with all the recipes in my book, if you follow it exactly as written, it's going to be perfect. But if you add your little familial touch or whatever you want to do with it, it will also be delicious.
Okay.
And this is a recipe that's kind of known in Italy as something to make after maybe a night out because
I was going to say, this seems like comfort food.
Yeah, because you can make the whole thing in the time it takes to cook the pasta.
Oh, that's genius. So tell me a little bit more about your book, Cooking Smarter.
Yeah, so Cooking Smarter is recipes that are realistic for a weeknight. I'm one of 4 boys, so my mom was cooking dinners for a lot of people. But also, they're still fun enough for like a dinner party.
Okay.
So it's approachable but still fun. If you're a beginner cook, I don't think it will be intimidating.
Yeah.
But if you're an advanced cook and you have a lot of experience, I still think there's stuff that you might learn and that you might not know. Because there's also a lot of food science in it that teaches you things that you might not already know.
See, and that's what I like about it. It is approachable. It's written for everyone, right?
Yes, for sure.
So when you're writing a cookbook, how do you find the recipes and what are you looking for? Things that appeal to you? Did you kind of decide, okay, we got to have this, sweet, savory? How did you put it all together?
I tried to pick recipes, like the idea originally started from me thinking about my first apartment out of college, and I was like, what are the recipes that everyone needs to know?
Yeah.
So like, okay, I'm cooking for myself, I should probably know how to make some pasta dishes.
Yes.
Probably should know how to make some egg dishes or chicken if someone's coming over.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip cookie dough in the freezer at all times is probably, for me, for emergencies, I need it.
That's actually genius. So this is a great cookbook for anyone maybe going off to school for the first time, or even a mom who's been around for a while who doesn't always get her kids' food made on time. I'm here for this.
Great.
All right, so you keep stirring it around. Is that kind of thickening it up?
Yes, so when you cook pasta this way, instead of letting all the starch go into the water, we're actually helping it emulsify the oil in, so it's not going to feel greasy.
Right.
It will just be kind of like delicious and
It's savory and
yeah,
delicious.
silky.
Silky. I love a silky pasta. Let's talk about, you do know a couple of fancy, famous chefs. Bobby Flay, you know him. He called you one of the next generation of chefs. How did that feel?
I was surprised as anyone. I didn't know he was going to say that, and it was really flattering. It was really nice. We're doing an event together in New York in late November, so I'm really excited about that. And he's just so nice to sort of give me the shout out when, you know, and kind of, he didn't have
Sweet.
to.
I know, it's amazing. All right, how do we know when it's done, and what do we do next?
So, it's almost done. If you could keep stirring kind of
I got you.
vigorously.
Okay.
And the final thing for this recipe, it's so simple, is just fresh parsley.
Okay.
Of course, I'm not going to tell anyone if you want to add cheese to this, but traditionally it doesn't have cheese in
I'll
it.
add cheese though.
And
It's gotta be hard though when you add cheese. You wouldn't do it while it's cooking, right? You do it after?
yeah, I would cut the heat before you add the cheese
Okay.
if you do add it. There's a really nice variation where you can add toasted pine nuts to it, which is also
I'm
delicious.
here for that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good, and we can cut the heat and add in lots of fresh
Oh,
parsley.
it smells so good with the parsley. It's so fresh. I mean, this whole dish smells incredibly fresh.
It's so easy too.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you put that in. We're about out of time, so I can't wait to dig in
Yeah,
and
let's
try
try it.
this. So you just kind of plate it from here?
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'm just gonna,
Perfect.
I'm gonna hand that one to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming into my kitchen and cooking up something delicious and teaching me something that's relatively easy and simple. Here's a fork for you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, here we go. Let's get in here. Come here.
Need a little bit of salt.
A little salt, but otherwise delicious, great flavor, a little bit of spice. That is so good.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.